Hi there, my name's Laura and welcome to another video.
Canter.
Today we are going to talk about cross-cantering and what to do if your horse cross-canters. So let's get started. Hi there, my name is Laura and I got this really interesting video and question from somebody who sent in an email. If you have a question, you can send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. So let's get to the question. This question comes from Gabby. Thank you so much, Gabby, for sending in the videos and having this question. Gabby put a comment on my YouTube channel asking about cross-cantering, disunited canter, or what some people call cross-firing. So she says her horse is a 12-year-old gelding that's an easy keeper, clean bill of health, no prior injuries, good feet, and if I run a knuckle down his back, ribs, hips, and legs, he doesn't flinch at any spots on his body. So to me, that means sounds like he's pretty sound. So let's just take a look at the video right here and we shall watch him do his cross-cantering. We've got a couple videos, so let's start with this one. He starts right away at disunited canter. So what is a disunited canter? A disunited canter or cross-cantering or cross-firing is when the horse is cantering on the left lead in the front and the right lead in the back. And the way I tell when I'm riding is if instead of my seat going with the left seat bone more forward, if you're on the left lead, or the right seat bone more forward, you're on the right lead, your seat kind of goes around in a circle. And that's the way I tell when I'm on a disunited canter. Your seat doesn't move. If these are your seat bones, if you're on the this lead, this seat bone goes more forward. And if you're on the right lead, this seat goes more forward. But if you're on a disunited canter, your seat bones kind of go around like this. It's kind of a weird feeling, and once you get it, you feel it, then you can really feel it. So let's go back to the video. Okay, if you can watch his feet, there you can see here he's on the left lead in the front and the right lead in the back. That's a disunited canter. That's how you tell if your horse is disunited. There, you can see it clearly. Then he goes back to the trot. And does he pick up the canter again? And then he picks up the canter correctly. And you can see here, left lead in the front, left lead in the back. I'm hoping that you can see that clearly in this video, that the horse is in the left lead in the front and the left lead in the back. And that's a true canter. It continues on the true canter, left lead and left lead, all the way around, and does a really good job at it. Looks like a nice little horse. What is that in the middle of the ring? And then when he gets tense, something spooks him, he shies, or he just starts running, he swaps off his lead. And you see he's on the right lead in the back, left lead in the front. Is that a barrel in the foreground? What causes a horse to go disunited? If your horse is free, like the one we saw here, Gabby's horse, free in a round pen, sometimes they get unbalanced. And when horses get unbalanced, they lose their back lead canter. The outside hind leg just reaches more forward, because they lose. Horses who are not strong over their back or not strong in their hindquarters, young horses, for example, who are learning or just starting their riding career, sometimes cross-canter because they are not strong enough in their hindquarters or because they do lose their balance when they're going around a corner. Usually horses start their disunited canter when they go around a corner because they lose their balance and they need that outside hind leg to help them with their balance. They do not often swap their leads on a straight line because they are more balanced when they're on a straight line. Sometimes when you're introducing a flying lead change, the horse can switch in the front, but doesn't switch in behind, and that causes the horse to become disunited. You see this in the hunter rings, where the hunter riders just get the front lead going into the turn. They forget about the back lead going around the turn. That's not very good. And it could also be because of lack of training, lack of good training. Disunited canter, cross-cantering, cross-firing at the canter can also be a symptom of an injury or pain in the horse somewhere. If the horse has a sore joint in his stifle or his hock, they may do a cross-canter, disunited canter to protect themselves so they don't get the pain in their hock or stifle. So before you start anything, make sure you check with your veterinarian that the horse is sound. To help this rider, to help this equestrian, to help this athlete, I asked her what she's been doing, what's her training exercises that she's been doing with her horse, and I'll read you what she has to say. For my riding, he gets ridden once a week or once every other week. So as soon as I read this, she rides once a week or once every 2 weeks. What a great horse to be able to get on and ride once a week, once every 2 weeks. So for me, this horse isn't getting the right type of work so that he can maintain that canter. The type of work this horse should be doing to help him, this horse should be in a regular riding program, being ridden 3 to 5 times a week. It's far better to ride your horse 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week than 2 hours once every 2 weeks. So think about being able to get out and exercise your horse on a regular basis. If I had a horse that consistently was cantering, disunited, or cross-cantering or cross-firing at the canter, I would back everything off and not even attempt the canter for a month or 2. I would ride the horse, walking 30 minutes, 3 times to 5 times a week for a week, and then gradually introduce the trot 3 times to 5 times a week. If you'd like for your horse to keep a true canter when it's cantering, you're going to have to do some work and get the horse stronger. In addition to walking, I would put up poles on the ground to get the horse to lift up its legs, and that will also help strengthen the horse. If you have hills, ride up and down hills, but don't canter for a couple of months and get out there and ride your horse more often. If you have any questions about this, please send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. If you'd like some more information about actual program, daily program, weekly program, to strengthen your horse by using poles and the types of exercises that you need to set up, send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. My name's Laura, and thank you so much. See you later. Bye.